What's up, wave makers? It's me, Mommy Sunat.
I'm a real boy!
And we got a bit of a doozy today. I had another video planned for today, but I got this DM a few days ago from ex-Lulahun on Instagram. Damn, it's a doozy. Also, Sparrow, did you want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay. Everything I'm about to talk about is speculation. I mean, we know one side of the story and what is going on that person's side. We don't know what's going on the other side, and there's a lot of speculation going on. So I just want to present everything that we know, not making any claims to be as fact, but the situation is suspicious. And no matter what is causing it, MONAT needs to be held responsible. There are people who are being affected negatively by this. Regardless, something needs to be done. So the DM I got the other day from ex-Lulahun on Instagram read, "I have details from a MONAT scandal, including but not limited to identity theft, and the proof to back it up if either of y'all are interested." This DM was also forwarded to another creator in the community who will probably be talking about this too. But of course, after reading this, just so you know, there are voice memos to all of this, which I have not been given permission to put in this video, so I'm not going to, but ex-Lulahun did send them to me so that I could hear them and kind of piece everything together so I can make this video, just so all my information is straight. So, a MONAT scandal. Sounded pretty juicy, but it's kind of worse than I could ever imagine. You know, we hear stuff about MONAT being sketchy all the time, but this, I think, takes the cake. Also, all names here have been changed to protect those involved, so any name that I say in this video is not their real name. Anyway, the victim here, we'll call her Hannah, left MONAT this past October, and she said it took nearly 6 weeks to get all of this canceled with MONAT after fumbling around and talking back and forth with corporate to finally have her account canceled. Now, if this is a regular thing with MONAT, that needs to change. That is messed up. When I left Lime Life, I'm pretty sure I just made one phone call and that was it. Unless it was an email. I think it was a phone call. But either way, like, that was it. But 6 weeks, that is unreal. So if that's a regular thing with MONAT, hello, that's another thing that needs to change. It should not be that hard or take that long to cancel a membership or what have you. So that all happened in October. Fast forward to this month, February 2021, Hannah noticed that her former upline, we'll call her Stacy, was making posts on her social media and on her stories basically saying that she needed to recruit one more active market partner to reach the rank of market mentor, which, if you guys don't know, market mentor is the rank in MONAT where you get your first car bonus. And to everyone who isn't familiar with terms in MONAT, or I guess MLMs in general, let me briefly explain this here. So when someone is recruited to join MONAT, like base level, you are automatically made to be a market partner. In order to be considered active, according to MONAT's compensation plan, you have to achieve 200 PV in any given month. PV stands for personal volume. This means that you either have to sell $200 worth of product, or you can achieve this PV requirement by making purchases on your own. So Stacy needed one more person in her downline to be recruited as a market partner and make that 200 PV in order for her to get her car bonus and, you know, make her goal of market mentor. And if you don't know, as far as car bonuses go, so this car bonus is a $500 cash bonus that MONAT will give you to put towards a car payment, but that car payment goes in your name. It is not leased out under MONAT. So you have to maintain your rank in order to continue getting that car bonus. And if you lose your rank, you still got a car leased under your name, or with payments under your name, at least. It's not under MONAT, and then you're stuck making them yourself without the car bonus. So it's pretty messed up. That's generally how it works in MLMs with car bonuses anyway. So this is what Stacy was going for. This is what she's bragging about being so close to on social media. So anyway, Stacy, yeah, she's making these posts. 2 days later, Hannah receives this email, and it says she needs to renew her account with MONAT. She disregards it because she's like, oh, I already canceled and I don't have any plans to reinstate my account with them, so she just let it be. But there's some important key notes here to consider in these emails. So one, the original cancellation email, and here's the screenshot, says that once canceled, you can't re-enroll with MONAT for 6 months. And MONAT will only consider waiving this waiting period under exceptional circumstances and must be submitted in writing, which Hannah never did. And this detail will be important later. And 2, in the account renewal reminder email, and here's the screenshot of that, it clearly says in order to renew, you must pay the $49.99 fee by going into their shop, which is in their back office, and adding the renewal fee to your cart and checking out. This is another thing that Hannah never did. So while Hannah's receiving these emails emails, Stacy's making posts about having just recruited another market partner. And she's bragging that she's about to hit market mentor because of it. She got her last market partner. Woohoo, time to get a car. And I mention it because the timing of these things add up really strangely. This is where things start to get really fishy. Just a few days later, Hannah received an email that said she had been paid a commission into her MoMoney account, which is essentially like an account where MONAT just puts all the commissions earned, and then I think from there you can transfer it into your bank account or do whatever you want with it. But she got the email that she had been paid a commission. So at this point, she's contacting MONAT and she's like, hello, I canceled back in October. What's going on? Why did I just receive a commission payment? And in this screenshot here, the MONAT team member says, we can definitely see that your account was terminated on October 2020. We have escalated the case to the proper department so they can review your situation. A few lines down here, it says, rest assured that we completely understand that you want this account to be canceled. And here is another screenshot of another email where it just says, sorry for the inconvenience about your account termination. Your account will be terminated as soon as possible. So then a following email after having confirmed that yes, her account had been closed in October. This email says, I checked on your account and I can see that it was really terminated in October 2020, the same time that you received the termination email. For some reason, the account was reinstated in February 2021. We do not have any records on your account notation as to why this account was reinstated. It might have just been a glitch in our system. You don't have to worry. We will have our designated team check what exactly happened and we will update you via email in 3 to 5 business days. We will also make sure that this account will be closed permanently. So this whole thing is odd. As we just discussed, account renewal can't even happen within the first 6 months unless it's under exceptional circumstances, and those exceptional circumstances have been given to MONAT via writing, and then MONAT has to deem it an exceptional circumstance in order to get your account renewed. Not to mention, there's an enrollment fee of $50. Someone had to have paid it, right? And Hannah didn't have any charges for this enrollment fee on her account. And as we saw, the representative just said, oh, it must have just been a glitch in the system. All right, weird, but okay. Those emails all stated, hey, we know how important it is for your account to be terminated. This has been escalated and we're getting it terminated ASAP. But let's get to the commission. So someone must have bought something in order for her to have gotten a commission payment in the first place. So when she was on the phone with them, she asked them who made the purchase, and they gave her the name of a person who was previously in her downline who was with MONAT, who also quit MONAT around the same time. Hannah and this person, and also ex-Lulahan, had all experienced some sort of hair loss from MONAT. Which, I mean, that's 3 people. I don't want to sit here and make claims like MONAT will make all of your hair fall out. Don't, you know. According to ex-Lulahan, all 3 of them had experienced hair loss. So it makes sense for them to not want to buy those products anymore. This name showing up as the person who bought something, in order for Hannah to receive a commission, this seemed off to her. So she hit this girl up and was like, yo, I thought your hair was falling out. Why are you buying more MONAT? And the friend said, no, Hannah, I did not make this purchase. It just showed up on my doorstep. I have to report it as fraud to my bank, and now MONAT wants me to pay shipping to send it back. She's been fighting back and forth with them, all this stuff. So okay, so now we have someone in her ex downline who was just charged $140 for a package that she didn't order on an account that should have been canceled back in October. All of this done without her permission or consent. And then about a week later, Hannah received another email about getting another commission payment. I'm sorry, MONAT. 1 week ago, you said that you were going to terminate her account, even though you said you were also going to terminate the account back in October, 3 months ago. And again, if the account is still active, who paid the activation fee? So then Hannah obviously reached out to MONAT again and was like, hello, what's going on here? She said, who paid the activation fee? And the representative said that she could not give Hannah that information because it involves someone else's credit card number. And Hannah's like, this is my account. Why can't you tell me who paid my activation fee? So that is pretty much the series of events that happened here. So now what I want to discuss is what is actually going on here. There are a few explanations, and with each explanation, there are some pretty big red flags that I think need to be sorted out on MONAT's end, regardless of what actually happened. First of all, if what MONAT says is true about it just being a glitch in the system, why is somebody's information still being stored somewhere? Bye, Sparrow. Love you. Why is someone's information still being stored somewhere after they had canceled their account? And we're not just talking about like their name and their email address so they can still be on their newsletter list or something. We're talking about people's bank account information, credit cards, addresses. You know, if a system can glitch that hard that two people had their accounts reinstated after having canceled them 3.5, 4 months ago, and one of them got charged $140 and then the other one is getting paid for those charges, that's a pretty huge issue. That is a violation of people's privacy to be storing all that information. So nothing about that sits right with me. That is a big glitch, okay? That is something that needs to be sorted out because there is someone on the other end of that who got charged $140 for an order they did not make to their bank account, to their address, which are two pieces of information that MONAT, honestly, I don't think they should have anymore. And maybe I'm just naive to the way that like online shopping works. To me, that's wrong. That's one explanation there that I think is wrong. Another explanation, which to me sounds plausible based on the information I know, and I'll obviously tell you guys everything that I've been told, but there are some pretty big issues with this one as well. And that is that Hannah's upline Stacy is actually the one behind this. Now this kind of sounds like a conspiracy theory, but hear me out. This is pretty much the conclusion that ex-Lulahunt and Hannah have jumped to because it just makes the most sense to them, but let me explain. According to Hannah, Stacy led her team into signing up VIP customers and market partners over the phone, which obviously is something that you really should not do. Like, do not ever give your personal information to an MLM distributor or pretty much anyone for that matter over the phone. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. But Hannah said that this is something that she did at the command of Stacy, and the benefit of doing this was that, according to Stacy, if they needed help with their account or there could be a convenience of having someone else place that order for you, you'd be able to just log back in and do all that for your customers so that they don't have to do it. But with doing that, you're using your own computer, and I'm sure we all know that you can save usernames and passwords to your computer. So if Stacy was using her own computer to do this, it's very likely that she had Hannah's login information, password, and then if she's able to log into her account, she's able to access the rest of her private information. You know, is it possible that Stacy went into Hannah's account, having had saved the login information to her computer previously, and sent some sob story to MONAT about why she had to cancel and, hey, please give me my account back, and then maybe they did. However, MONAT did say that there weren't any notes on her file as to why this happened, so I don't know how plausible that is, but listen, like I would say that if this was just Hannah receiving those emails and somehow had her account reinstated by just a glitch, then yeah, maybe, like I could see that. But remember, this was accompanied by posts on social media by Stacy around the same exact time about her getting a new market partner, and Hannah's friend and ex downline also getting charged, and Hannah receiving new commission payments. This all happened at the same time. Like at that point, I feel like that is too much to happen for it to just be a glitch, to just blame it on some glitch in MONAT's system. It could be a coincidence, and I am 100% admitting that. I'm not sitting here saying this is definitely what happened and Stacy is committing fraud. It really could all be coincidental, but it also could be fraud and identity theft. And if that's the case, then MONAT needs to be held responsible alongside Stacy, because this is all happening within a system that they made. This is a system where participants might feel like they need to commit identity theft and fraud in order to make rank. That's an issue. And that part in and of itself like isn't even a conspiracy theory, because we have seen so many stories of people feeling like they need to do this. This is not some new thing that has never happened in an MLM before. We know that fraud has happened in MLMs before. We know that people have been sneaky behind the scenes in order to make their rank. This is not new. This does happen. And if that is the case of what is happening right now, MONAT also needs to be held responsible. That all being said, if Stacy really is behind this, she's risking a lot. And I would hope that nobody is this stupid to do what she's doing, because this is a lot of trouble to go through just to get a $500 car payment. If that's the case, Stacy is keeping up with keeping Hannah's account active on her own. It's a lot of work. She could not let Hannah's account just fall off next month unless she were to recruit more people people to take her place, because if she did, then she would lose rank and then she wouldn't have that car payment anymore and she'd be stuck making the payments herself. Could it be that this whole thing really was a glitch like MONAT said and Stacy just decided to roll with it because that was the last market partner she needed in order to rank up? But then, like, why wouldn't you reach out to somebody who just became your downline after having not been in your downline for the past 3.5 months and then suddenly they're there again? Like, why would you just be like, oh, I guess she's back, not gonna say anything? Like, touch base or something. And then if that's the case, then this glitch had to have included Hannah's ex downline, where her account would have been reinstated by association. You know, maybe this $140 package that she received had been part of an auto shipment or something that just got reinstated alongside her account, which is a really shitty situation and MONAT needs to do something about it too. And many of you guys might say, well, she just needs to file a police report, but from what I've been told, people involved in this particular fraud, being, you know, the upline and then the upline's upline even, they have ties to law enforcement, so Hannah is hesitant to file a police report. To me, I'm just like, yo girl, do it anyway. Like, this should be filed regardless. No matter what happened here, it's wrong either way. There's a link in this description in this video, and from here on out there will be, of how to report income claims, fraudulent behavior, general MLM shenanigans, and pyramid scheme shenanigans to the FTC. That link is down below. So if you want to go ahead and help out this cause and report this whole thing, if you feel so inclined, you know, I already sent in a report. I'm sure ex-Lulahan and Hannah already have as well. I would hope so anyway. So, you know, the more the merrier. Go for it if you feel so inclined. That would be great. I just want to see MONAT be held responsible for this, because no matter what, people are fraudulently being charged and something is wrong. Whether it's actual fraud or a glitch in the system, it's a privacy policy violation, something needs to be done. So that's why I wanted to talk about this in this video today. And if there are any updates, I will keep you guys updated, because this whole situation is wild. And it's also entirely possible that if the whole fraud identity theft thing is actually happening, MONAT might cover Stacy's ass in order to cover their own asses, because they wouldn't want to admit that they have a system where people are able to do that. The Huns are desperate, man. And before I thank my patrons, I just want to point out that at this point, you probably noticed that there is a join button down below now. So what I've done is I have just opened up YouTube memberships, which is the same exact tiers, the same price for each tier, you know, as my Patreon, but I know a lot of people don't want to deal with Patreon. So if you wanted to support me, join my postcard club, or just like end up in the end of my videos, if you wanted to do any of that before, now there's a YouTube membership. Also, you'll get access to my Discord server as well. Although on that end, I haven't figured out how to link the two, like my Discord server and the YouTube membership, and it might be because as I'm filming this, I haven't actually activated yet, but it's ready to be activated. Once I figure out how to do that, like, it should be an automatic thing, but I might have to send you a link to join it at first, so just bear with me. But yeah, if you wanted to support me and not deal with Patreon, you can do that on YouTube now, so that's really fun. I have that going. Also, regarding my upload schedule, my husband is going back to work this upcoming week, so I'm not really sure how my schedule is gonna go, because I will be the sole caretaker of my 2 children now, one being 5 weeks old. He'll be 6 weeks old, I guess, by the time my husband goes back to work. But I don't know how easy it's gonna be for me to continue with the schedule I've had, because I've had help from my husband, but now he won't be here anymore. He will be back at work, so bear with me. But let's thank my patrons anyway. The biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Amanda McMahon, Anxiety for Days, Turd Ferguson, Yesenia Rivera, Katrina Rosemaric, Elizabeth Wyatt, Karina Winman, Maria Burchett, Meredith Nakata, Molly Wasilewski, Rach J, April Lindblom, Boris Geller, Daniel Urena, E. Higgins, Erica Louder-Craddock, Evan Adler, Eve Blondo, Justin Kelsey, Kelly Creffield, Kim Cartwright, Laura Lynn Martin, Maddie Darley, Rachel McHenry, and Tuesday the 13th, and to the rest of my wonderful patrons, thank you so much for being here and for being you. Again, if you want to be added to the list that you just saw or heard me say, check out my YouTube membership or check out Patreon, whatever works for you. Keep making waves, babes, and I will smell you all later. Mommy Tsunami out.